Now, it's funny because I recently had a bit of a rant, as I often do on Twitter, about how absolutely painful large showcase events are to sit through. Things like E3 presentations, they're often so incredibly cheesy and trying either too hard to be funny or smart that it just makes you want to crawl into the ground and die. Whoever's idea it was to not actually stream or even allow a full round of Battlefield 5 gameplay to be shown when by all accounts it was on offer at the event boggles the mind. Instead we did get a solid trailer which showed us a few new bits and pieces but largely showed us not anything we didn't already know. Yes as well, fortifications, changes to revive, but fuck me, the visual effects that I saw on Jack's video with the snow, it really is Battlefield Fortnite. And again, the real story went to the few producers who were gifted that footage to release, because that's the only window we have to actually see what is going on with the game. It's really important for us to be able to actually see what is going on in the game and try to decipher and read between the lines of the scripted, pre-approved marketing bullshit. Now, I can probably talk about this all more later, but honestly, you can boil it down to it looks like Battlefield. I mean, really, I'm going to struggle to make more than a 5-minute video on that because it shows us a few new bits and pieces along with soldiers who apparently have a hard time standing upright. Maybe it's the ice. And oh yeah, Battle Royale. You thought that I'd forgotten that, didn't you? No, it's scarred into my memory. Now, I think we can't really know until probably many months even into release how something like putting Battle Royale into Battlefield is actually going to affect the game. Even Jack said on Twitter, they should have done this as a standalone thing, a standalone Frostbite thing. Putting it into the game is a bad idea. Now, no doubt those who favour having Battle Royale mode in Frostbite, usually probably going to be more like streamers, are going to say something along the lines that it's possible to enjoy both normal BF modes and Battle Royale alike. And I think to a point that's definitely of course going to be true. However, I think the bigger likelihood, the more realistic likelihood of the fusion of bringing Battle Royale into Battlefield as a game mode is going to further embed the selfish attitudes of players that Battle Royale revolves around of, there can only be one. It's the very antithesis of everything that has been spoken about in terms of working toward improving people together working in the game. It really feels as though they're trying to have their cake and eat it from about 6 different ways, because that's what Battlefield has become all about, spreading the net as wide as possible, appealing to the biggest demographic possible. It has become a product simply to bring in the biggest amount of people, and all of the other considerations seem to fall to a lesser level of importance beyond that. Now, I can't possibly know this, it's just speculation. I'm just putting out there my opinion based on past experience, but my past experience is that in the past, from Battlefield 4 up till now, they have repeatedly told us things which just flat out never happened, or changed tack halfway through because maybe the wheels were getting a little bit shaky and people were getting a bit, opinions, and they decided to actually go in a different direction and bottled it, like they did around the start of BF1 when they tried to change the conquest system to a better, more team-focused system, and then a few people started ranting about it and they bottled it and changed it back again. So, I just feel like I had a load of people saying to me, LT, don't expect too much. They said all this stuff in the past and then it turned out to actually not be the case and they went in a different direction. So whilst I'm hearing positive things, whilst I'm being told don't worry, this is going to happen, this is going to be a thing, quite honestly, until I see it for myself, I don't believe it. And that's just simply the way it is. I haven't had any opportunity to play it. I haven't had opportunity to consider many of these implications, which we're not going to know even until the game is out. Like I say, me playing it somewhere wouldn't even answer those questions, because until the game is out and until the public are getting into it and, all of the various tides and flows of different people's perspectives and feelings and how they want to play the game all come together and how the game's mechanics affect how people play, you can't possibly know any of that. But like I say, it really does seem like they're trying to have it 6 different ways. Can we have a game which is part historical, part fiction, part Battle Royale, part tactical, part Battlefield game, but with also the bright vibrancy of Fortnite? Pretty common saying springs to my mind here: Jack of all trades, master of none. A couple of words about the rest of EA Play, just really ticking the boxes. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is in there. Nothing really to say about that. Anthem thing, I was kind of doing other stuff at the time whilst watching, and I kind of semi-picked up on what it was, but again, just don't really care. I kind of saw it and was like, yeah, it looks like some stuff. I'm just, again, if it's your thing, knock yourself out, but for me, I just whatever. Unravel, without wanting to be disrespectful, a hell of a lot of platform games on Steam, often by very tiny indie studios, and I don't know, again, if you enjoy Knock Yourself Out, I've never really been blown away by it. I mean, it looks nice. I'm actually a big fan of platform games. I really love platform games, but when I compare it to other stuff like Sonic Mania or In the Blind Forest and things like this, I don't really see, so I don't know. I'm not really a FIFA person, so I'll just skip over that as well. The one thing which did stand out to me was Sea of Solitude. It won't be out until 2019 anyway, but it's a narrative-based indie game. It's about depression and so on and so on. I've always been a big fan of these kind of very stylistic narrative indie games. You can look at stuff like Journey or Firewatch or Kentucky Route Zero, which have fantastic narratives, something to really immerse yourself in. And if you really want to, you can take it beyond that and actually think a lot more about what the game is trying to tell you. So there's a lot to be taken away, and I think they actually kind of go beyond a game format. So these kind of games I think are really important. They're something which I really, really enjoy, and I think it's something to look forward to, actually. The crowning glory, though, the glory, surprisingly, goes to the new Command and Conquer. Who could have thought that you could sink any lower than taking such an absolutely iconic, beloved franchise and then systematically screwing it into the ground? I mean, seriously, even I was taken aback by just how much of a massive fuck you to the veteran community of gamers that was. I mean, I cannot think of even a single positive thing to say about it. It was a cruel parody of Command and Conquer. I really don't want to go on and on and on, because I'm pretty sure you guys feel all the same, and I don't want to just bring up all those horrible feelings for you. It was like seeing some friend brutally murdered right in front of your eyes. It was just harrowing. I'm exaggerating, but honestly, nightmare. And we still have Battle E3 Royale to look forward to, so that's going to be fun as well. Yeah, there's been a lot of horror lately. Tell me your thoughts down below. Did you enjoy all the things on offer? What was your highlight?